Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the celebration of Patricia Ginder. This time we're going to invite the family to step forward and share some words of remembrance, and then the Mass will begin. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us in a celebration of the life of our mom, grandma, great-grandma, Pat Ginder. Mom, grandma, was a simple, quiet, and reserved woman who loved family above all else. We would like to share with you some of the memories of this very special woman. Growing up, we remember Mom gardening and using a butter knife to clean out weeds, the weeds out of the cracks in the sidewalk. Her son tanning by the pool, holding Dad's hand, picking vegetables from their garden, and her homemade suppers of Hungry Boy and aluminum foil dinners. Mom worked as a playground aide at Mount Carmel when Matt was a young boy, and he thought it was great to have Mom there since it's a scary place for a little boy. The siblings remember the blanket tents under the dining room table on rainy days, using the coffee table as our boat to cross the water between the living room and dining room rugs, sleepouts on the front porch, sitting on the couch with our feet up during thunderstorms so we wouldn't get struck by lightning, and the wait till your father gets home warnings if we misbehaved. Mom used to make popcorn bowls, cinnamon Christmas ornaments, and build snowmen or snow bunnies. She loved the snow. Who remembers getting up at the crack of dawn to pick berries in the fields or dandelions in the neighbor's yard so Dad could make wine?
Matt and I remember being sick together several times, and Mom making Campbell's chicken rice soup and cinnamon sugar toast while we lay in the living room on cots and watched TV and played games. Not sure how Matt and I planned getting sick together so often. Mom sewed clothes for our Barbie and Ken dolls. Of course, we had to have sleeping bags because we got the Barbie campers for Christmas, so Mom made us sleeping bags and pillows to match. How about the pillow fights in the basement, Matt and Mike, where one of you would always come up with either a bloody nose or coughing like a seal? Mom would order liver and onions at Poor Henry's when she could have had prime rib. She loved liver and onions and chipped beef on toast, which everyone knows Dad hated anything with cream, so that was a special treat for her. I hope we all remember the wonderful birthday parties that we celebrated at Nancy and Jeff's house, Poor Henry's, and later at Chelsea.
Once we all moved out of the house, Mom and Dad enjoyed sitting on the front porch and talking to neighbors or working on Sudoku puzzles, which Mom was very good at. When we helped clean the windows, Mom acted as supervisor and had to direct us as to which curtain went where on the alcove windows. One time we decided to clean the chandelier in the dining room and decided to turn it as we cleaned. Little did we know we were unscrewing the chandelier from the ceiling. Needless to say, the chandelier ended up hanging from the ceiling with Ann trying to hold it up, Dad hurrying to the garage for the stepladder, and me grabbing boxes to support the chandelier, which was much heavier than it looked. We can laugh about it now, but it was not funny at the time. Kelly, Becky, Megan, and Amanda, who was small enough to get in the raspberries in the middle of the patch, remember picking raspberries with Grandma. Crystal and Rocco remember the raspberry jello, root beer floats, sleepovers in the living room, the grandma cookie jar always filled with little cookies, watching soap operas during lunch, and Grandma feeding the Blue Jays. Jessica and Christine remember the spaghetti and meatball dinners. Jessica spoke to Grandma when she was about to get her license at 17, and Grandma told her the reason she never got her license is that Grandpa would not let her drive up Main Street, so Grandma refused to get her license. The grandchildren remember the cabinets in the living room filled with toys and activities that Grandma would always play with them, and many years later with the great-grandchildren. Alyssa remembers playing hide and seek with the bracelets from the toy cabinet and cleaning the stove, which Grandma thought looked very clean after she was done because Grandma couldn't get to certain spots. Ryan remembers having snacks that he could only get at Grandma's, especially pretzel sticks. And Devin remembers playing with the toys in the cabinet with Grandma.
We 5 siblings spent quite a bit of time in emergency room with Mom. For some reason, maybe to break the tension, we would become very silly and make Mom laugh. One time, a nurse told us there could only be 2 visitors at a time, but she wouldn't say anything and she'd close the curtain. We thought it was very funny. We all stood on 1 foot. So if you look behind the curtain, you saw 5 feet wearing different shoes. Like they wouldn't notice that it was 5, not 4 or 6. Mom would smile, roll her eyes, since we were always joking and trying to make the time waiting for test results pass quickly with less worry. While at Chelsea, Mom enjoyed playing bingo, doing ceramics, taking exercise class, going to the Chinese restaurant, making friends, the picnics,